Okay, good morning. I'm Gus Sproul, Scottish Regional Chair. I'm here with Executive Council Member for Scotland, Colin Brown. Colin, over the past week, 10 days, we've seen communications come out from the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service about the funding of the 5% pay offer from the NJC, confirming that the Scottish Government's assistance in this. What's your thoughts on the aspect around the funding?
Yeah, cheers, Gus. It's welcome, obviously. You know, any government that's willing to put funding into a fire and rescue service is absolutely welcome. Where the funding comes from for our members right now is less important, because the offer still remains 5% for firefighters, which we've been told through consultation isn't acceptable. So, like I say, it is welcome. It doesn't go far enough, in the opinion of the Executive Council, to resolve the issue of firefighters' pay. Yeah,
and that's going to be put to the members. It's ultimately their decision. Interestingly, our sister unions, the position they took on this was different, and the language they used was that this is the best achievable by negotiation. What's your take on that?
The reality is it may well be the best achievable by negotiation. You know, we wouldn't be moving towards industrial action and strike action if negotiations were going well. The reality is that the UK government have told us that they're unwilling to fund to offer a fair and significant pay increase for firefighters. Therefore, as far as they're concerned, the negotiation's closed. As far as the FBU are concerned, the door's always open for further negotiation on pay. And the last action we would ever want to take is strike action. But we may well be forced into a position where, in order to achieve that additional pay, that fair pay that we believe firefighters deserve, has to be fought for.
Yeah, and it's also worth making the point again that the only reason that pay offer went from 2% to 5% was on the back of the campaigning of the FBU and their members. So what can members do next?
There is a consultative ballot about to launch. The timeline on that is still not absolutely set in stone, because we have an awful lot to consider. CWU workers on strike, that affects the post for us actually delivering ballots papers to members, and equally that being returned. There will be an online option, but you know, we need to make sure the independent scrutineers are in a position to cope with the two forms of return on that. So there's a bit of mechanics need to be sorted out on that, but fundamentally, the return on the ballot. Ensure you're engaged and informed by attending the branch meetings, the online briefing sessions, the online meetings that we're holding across Scotland, and be informed.
Absolutely. And we've also got our demo outside the Scottish Parliament on the 27th of October. There's been a lot of info out on that. There'll be more details to follow this week. The bus is going from across the country. If you've not already got yourself a seat in the bus, get in touch with your local reps and officials. It's imperative that if you're not at your work, that you're at the Scottish Parliament, showing the Scottish Government the kind of depth of feeling on the membership here.
Yeah, and to be clear, that our demo on the 27th this month isn't fundamentally about pay. That wasn't why we decided to hold this demo. That was decided because the Scottish Government have given an indicative flat cash spending and flat cash budget for the next 5 years. So whilst they're given with one hand to try and assist the service on delivering the 5%, they're taking significantly more on the other hand by giving a flat cash spending review. And if that's realised, the Chief Fire Officer on record by saying significant and difficult decisions are coming in the next 5 years. So members need to stand up at the Scottish Parliament on the 27th and say, absolutely not acceptable.
Yeah, enough is enough. Okay, thanks very much, Colin. I dare say I'll be speaking to you soon.
Cheers, Gus.
Cheers.